everybody, and for the first time in a very long time, welcome to Guys on Gaffr. My name is Joel. David is here waving his Norwegian flag. Abhishek is here without Indian flag, and I'm here without the Union Jack flag. How are we both doing on this fine Thursday evening, back podding again for the first time since October? Abhishek, how are you?
Yeah, doing well. Not well in terms of fantasy games because I haven't been moving around at all. And also in the championship, I've seen a lot of ups and downs. So a bit of like my Gaffr season as well. There have been a lot of ups and downs in terms of life. A lot is happening in life, which we will be conveying to you in a few minutes or so. So let's keep it to that. And in terms of in terms of other things, I think I'm not happy with whatever Manchester United is doing. I'm really pissed off and frustrated about it.
I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. I think it's great fun.
Didn't
Of course
Ruben Amorim have a meltdown in the dressing room and destroy a
he
TV or something?
he categorically said this is the worst team, and I don't blame him, and I don't disagree with him because this is categorically the worst team.
Would you have done the same? If it was, would you trash the dressing room? I can't imagine you doing that.
Somebody has got to do it. I
next
wouldn't have
level.
done on the words that he has spoken, but I would have said it along the lines said that, but in a nicer way.
Yeah, it's
Not
like
the
you
harsh
have
way
a
he has
level
done.
you can be angry and you can be angry that you destroy things that's a whole different level.
But I think this needed to be done because a lot of things are categorically wrong at my club, which I'm not proud of, and which we fans are pissed about for the past 12 years. So finally we got a manager who is outspoken, and hopefully it does something around, and hopefully the club gets back to its normal work. How are you guys?
David, how's things?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to talk to you guys again. It's been so long. I was getting used to talking to you, but once a month at least. Then it's got 3 months. Wow, what has happened? Apparently so many things. We were talking about how our lives were doing before recording, and it's so much happening.
We jumped on this call nearly an hour ago. And we've only just started recording because we've been catching up on life.
yeah. I think that's a very good sign.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. Wedding planning is doing well and other exciting things happening. But yeah, it's life is busy as it usually is. But it's good. And the start of the year has been nice. And yeah, I'm going to my first study week in Oslo next week, so that's going to be busy. But it's interesting. I'm reading a weird book about nature and organizations now, and I don't understand anything. It's some. I didn't think this course would be about protecting the environment, but it apparently is. And so that's interesting and weird, but we'll see. But yeah, other than that, fancy. Yeah. It's a thing I do beside everything else, and that it can impact how much attention I pay to it. But it goes up and down also. But I think it's a fun hobby, even though I don't always have the brain capacity to pay attention. I don't think I think I've missed one deadline this past 3 months, and that's probably good considering it's Gaffr games that have Tuesday or Thursday or Friday deadlines sometimes. So yeah, how about you, Joel?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Similarly, lots has been going on recently, as I guess I'll come on to in a minute. But yeah, things are good. David Moyes being back at Everton is so nostalgic. The jury remains out on whether he will be the right footballing appointment. I mean, encouraging signs at the weekend beating Spurs, but this was my childhood. When I first started supporting Everton, it was when David Moyes was in charge, and it's the best I've had it. Obviously, a lot of the older generations have experienced Everton winning many a trophy in the 1980s. not so as younger fans. So the best I've ever had is David Moyes and players like Baines and Arteta and Tim Cahill. So to have him back in the dugout is very weird. I haven't got used to it yet, but I am loving it. Let's hope.
Was that also the time that you had Lukaku, or was that after?
That was after Moyes left.
That's the era I remember the most. Like long hair Lukaku.
They had. I think they had under Moyes Yakubu. They have Yobo. Decent amount good players. They had Coleman also started around that time.
Oh yeah, Coleman.
He was very young.
Moyes signed Coleman.
Phil Neville was captain. Yeah, Phil Neville was captain.
Yeah.
Howard was their goalkeeper.
Yeah. Great era to be an Everton fan, I have to say.
Yeah.
As you've already probably picked up on, we've been talking about lots of things going on in our lives. So not only is this the first time we podded in a very long time, this is also, I'm afraid, going to be the last time we pod for quite some time. And I don't know, it probably doesn't feel right to promise that we will be back. We may be back at some point. But I guess this sort of started, didn't it, during COVID times when we all had a lot more time on our hands. And I think as we've sort of found over the last particular year or so, other things just take priority. I mean, David, obviously this season has been very hard for David because he has been he's now engaged and is preparing for a wedding and is doing a master's course as well as full-time work. So it's like, how on earth do you fit anything in alongside that? And then another factor that's come into play is that I am about to also start studying outside of outside of full-time work for the next 6 months, starting in February, and it's going to take up a lot of evenings and weekends, and this is something that's going to have to drop. So at the very least, you won't see us again until maybe September if we did come back straight away. So that's where we're at, but we decided we were going to come together one last time before that happens and record one more episode, the three of us, and sort of round things off there for now. The plan is to have quite a chilled one today, show how we're doing in both Gaffr games from the most recent game weeks, have a look back at our table predictions from the start of the season and see how we're doing on those. Spoilers, not very well. And some just general, I don't know, we'll just see where it takes us. It's going to be very chill. We're going to slightly wing it, but hopefully it'll be good fun. Before we do actually get into all that stuff, do either of you want to add anything on this more general stuff around the pod and the fact that we will be taking a long pause?
I think it's understandable, and like I'm glad we can even have this we've talked about like having a thing for some time now, but it's always like not all three can make it, and this is like actually the perfect time before it all kicks off even more. So like I'm very happy that we could even do this. So yeah, and it's nice to talk to you as always, and I hope we can do that sometimes, even though we're like not podding, but that is like hard to fit in. So even planning a pod and like doing all those things is like extra like planning as well. So but yeah, it's good to talk a bit again, and hopefully this will be a fun episode.
It's amazing what the internet can do, isn't it, in terms of just making random friends from other countries. It's been good.
For sure.
Go on, Abhishek.
I think it's a nice segue because in the next month, starting from February to, I think, as Joel mentioned, steps to September, we three are all busy with respective things in our lives that are currently occurring and currently happening and will be happening. So I think this was a nice segue towards that, so that this season around we haven't been able to record much often that would have liked. But I think let's see what we are around at the time of September. If we are able to do that, then we certainly, it doesn't mean that we will stop podding around or we stop doing this altogether, but it's just that life has come ahead of us and we need to have a hold in that first before we do these things. So I think we will be back soon. Hope that's the hope, and I have made some nice friends. I don't want to lose those friends, so always I will be earing on them. I will be calling them, what are you doing? What are you doing? So so hopefully when our life settles down, it cools down, and then we have great look at it, that whatever where we are and what we are going to do that, and then we will come back. Otherwise, because it's been fun, and I have met you two a whole. I mean, I've met a friend in three. I've known about you two guys, I think 3 years, and I have made a friend more than I have friends for 18 years. I've made with them. So I have more trust in you too that I have in 18 years of friendship I have with my school buddies and college buddies. So I don't want to
That's
lose
great.
that. I've met some wonderful people around the time of COVID, which has helped us in a similar way in life, because at COVID we were a bit down regarding what will happen in the future. So it was nice to have friends, and so that long it may continue for us. So hopefully this will we will come back with this with a much clear mindset, because a lot of things is happening in our run, and we can't envision the pod around this and at this time of moment. So hopefully we will be soon seeing it soon around next season probably,
We shall see.
but no
Yeah.
promises yet as of
Yes.
yet.
We will see how it all
We'll
pans
see.
out. But yeah, it has
Yeah.
been great fun the last sort of 2.5 years. Has it been? Something like
I
that.
think it's more.
Yeah.
3.5, 2.5 or 3.5,
Yeah.
two and a bit,
3.5.
something.
Yeah,
3.5,
3.5.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. Right, let's have a look at our last game week scores in the championship game. We will talk about the Super League game as well later on.
Do we have
we
to?
have to? We have to talk about the Super
Really?
League game. We have to. For no particular reason.
course.
But we'll start with the championship game. David, your team is on the screen first. How are you doing
Cool.
in Gaffr at the moment? I see you're doing quite well.
Yeah, I think is this the highest I've been this season? Maybe. I think I've been doing a bit well in this game. I think the best I've been is like 60th or something. But yeah, I'm back to 74, so top 100 again. So this has been a good season, I would say. But the thing that's made it most fun is not like overall rank. I think it's like the UCL thing. That what's the name of the guy doing that again?
Oh,
I can find it.
Pemberton.
yeah, that's it.
Pemberton, yeah, Pemberton. Huge prop to that guy. It's so much fun,
Yeah.
like having the league phase when you're just like looking at your results, and like in like the different matches has so much to say for like the even if you're even like going to progress into the knockout stages. Like I didn't even know that there would be like best of 3 in the next rounds. I was like so surprised by that, but I was so happy because even though I won the first round, it was just like so fun to have a bit of continuous thing. I don't think I talked much to Ronald Reed because I didn't even know I was in the same group chat as him. But like I found that like in the third leg, but he didn't. I didn't hear much when I like talked about it. But I progressed though, 2-1, and this
Hey.
the last because I won the first one, and then a big comeback win. I think it was we both played follow the leader in game week 26, and I got like 144 -8 because I had Britton, Beck, and Pearce as the vice captain. So like Britain got like 33 points. So that was a big comeback win, and then I lost the next one. But yesterday I was trailing bad because he had Burrow's captain, and we both have him, but he hadn't captain, so he was like big, very far ahead of me. And I had Perot captain. I was like hoping he would get something, but he's so disappointing at the moment. But I don't even know if I can sell him. But yeah, and I also had benched Pollock. That was like I was so mad about that. He just got 4 points. It wasn't that.
I was going to say,
He just scored a goal.
oh no,
Didn't know
he
that.
got 4 points. Oh, no.
Yeah, so it was. I thought it was more. So I was just like, but so yeah, I had. I
Dan
think
James
the
coming in
deciding
clutch for you
factor
there,
was.
David.
But he also had James.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
it didn't matter. If I had him captain, it wouldn't matter. But had Bogle, he didn't. He had he lost all his clean sheets first day. But I had Brownhill vice captain. I was so close to buying Fleming. I'm so salty about that. Like I was thinking about it, but I still looked at this like who was starting, and he was like starting every other game. And Abhishek said, "Yeah, just buy Brownhill," and he got an assist as vice captain, so that helped. But Bishop was probably the one that tipped it because he got a goal and free bonus penalty actually. But the most heartbreaking thing was like I have Torp at third bench and he got a goal. assist, and so I think that's like the third time I've gotten points from him on the bench, but not got him into the field.
Yeah.
David's
So, yeah.
love with Norwegian players. Never,
Actually, it's a
never
bit fun
bored.
because I'm looking at. He's not even Norwegian. That was like a big revelation to Joel before the
Yeah,
Again,
I thought I
I'm
just
sorry,
assumed he
again.
was Norwegian because of how much he loved him. Like, he's actually Danish.
Yeah, he's Danish.
Honestly.
But yeah, no. So he. My goal is to keep him for the whole season, even though he probably won't get much game time all the time. But he's going to play in double, and probably this week as well, because Whittaker is onto something, and he's not showing up for
Yeah.
games. So, but I bought Lars Jørgen Salvesen though. He's played for Viking in Norway, and he got into Derby. And now he got the cameo, but didn't do anything. But I have high hopes for him because he's a very good player. I'm just not sure how good he is compared to the championship, because that's like it's a high tier second league. So yeah, we will see. But it's going to be fun to see how I progress in the knockout stages. I don't know if it's like best of 3 going up, but
I think it might be best of 5 at some point. But I don't know if that's just the
best of
final
5.
or earlier than the final. But yeah, I think there is best of 5 at some point.
Yeah, I think semi-final and final are the best of 5. I think quarterfinals.
That's crazy.
You have
I'm
best
facing
of
that. I'm facing a guy called FPL Tom Core. I don't know who he is. I couldn't find him when I faced him in the league phase in any of the Champions League mini leagues. But good luck to him, I guess. But
and good luck to you, because you are the only one.
Yeah, are you both
left.
guys knocked out?
Yeah, we are both
Really?
knocked out. Sadly, I got knocked out in the second group stage. Joel got knocked out, I think, in the round of 16.
Yeah, just now. Yeah, I've just been knocked out.
Yeah, just now. So you are the only one left. So hopefully you go all the way and win it.
Yeah, hope so. I'm a bit afraid because people still probably have boosts left, and I have used all mine. So if the one I'm facing plays a boost in 30, I'm pretty much done. I think.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Well, David, you're very much leading the way out of us 3 in terms of your rank being in the top 100. My team's on the screen next, and I am 303rd, so not doing too great, I have to say, this season. I have to say as well, like, up until about the boost reset, I was, pretty engaged, and then this set of boosts really gone off the boil. Like, I've been making moves every week. I haven't been like missing deadlines. I have still been playing, but it's been a like 5 minutes log on, not really know what to do and make a transfer type deal. So I've not been really doing it properly and strategizing properly. And you know how much I like to strategize around boosts and stuff like that.
Yep.
Which, funnily enough, has probably negatively impacted my rank. So
Who would
yeah,
have thought?
exactly.
But how much has like the tennis practice thing you talked about when we knew the half hour before the line thing happened? Has that been the case many times?
No, it's not been too bad. I mean, it hasn't affected me as much as I thought it would be. It would do, mostly because I don't know. I just make a move beforehand anyway, and I've not really been screwed by team news. But yeah, so yeah, I did get up to about 150th at one point, but I've gone down since then. I mean, I've still got triple to play, which I can play in 30, so that's something. But yeah, it's been a pretty poor run particularly the last few weeks. So yeah. That's, I mean, 45 this week was pretty poor. I mean, Burrows did well, but everyone has him. And then my whole attack.
If you don't have him, you're messing up.
Yeah, I have Bishop, but then everyone else blanked. I captained Isidore for a blank. Benched Doak, if that's how you say his name, for 9 points. So that's not great. So yeah, it's not gone very well. But yeah, that's me.
Are like making transfers with like risky players now, or just like not
just based on vibes, David? No research, just
you've become the vibe guy. That's very surprising.
Yeah, not very successful.
that used to be me, and I'm kind of the vibe guy now as well. But you're being even the more vibe guy than me. That's
yeah.
I wouldn't have put that in my bingo board before the season.
For full context, like, basically, I've been focusing more on FPL and Super League because naturally one tends to prioritize the games that you're doing well at. So I've been sort of properly thinking through those.
Sure.
I've not been, not been doing particularly well in Championship, and then I've switched off a bit, which is bad. I should be still be giving it lots of attention because I do love the Championship game. It's a great fantasy game, and I will continue to play it. But that's just how it's been this season. So yeah, Abhishek, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the second season running that I'm really falling behind in terms of the overall ranks with amongst you guys. Nothing has worked so far for me. I mean, sometimes some weeks it works, some weeks it doesn't. The main problem is that the minute the players that I brought in, they either get benched or got a 15-minute cameo. I haven't. I don't know what has happened for the past 7 weeks. The players that I brought in either subbed off, they did not come on at all, or they made 15-minute cameos. It doesn't help my rank as well. So this problem needs to be quickly rectified, but I can't do anything. The managers aren't picking my players that
You can do what you should have done this week, which was like see the lineup for Sheffield United and not buy Brent Diaz like 5 minutes before.
Yeah, I could have done that, but
yeah, you should have done that.
yeah, I should have done that, but my laptop and my laptop was not in front of me. I was
Do
not
you move
available.
on the laptop? I've never done that. I always do it on my phone.
I don't do that in my phone because it gets my phone gets slower a bit due to the advertisements. That's why.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have beef with the Gaffr advertisement. Yesterday, I was listening to music, and then there's like a Volvo ad that you can't cross it out, and just like
the
plays, and you can't do anything
car.
about it. It stopped my music, like every time. Like I was like.
Yeah.
I was like stopping the video, playing the music again, going back to the website, stop the music. Like I tried that 3 times and just like I had to give up. So I had to
That's
choose
why
the Gaffr website with soundless Volvo ad over my music. So
Well, they've got to find a way to
I
pay back the server costs, I guess.
yeah, I understand that, but do it in a bit less irritating way. I guess that it probably is not possible to do anything about, but yeah. Well, I wanted to be a bit salty about it, but I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. So speaking about the games, I think the moves that I have made for the past, I think the moment I blink Placheta on Garrido decides that he needs a rest. He
We
doesn't
bought
pick him
him
for
in
the next two
the
games.
pod team as well. We had a captain. He was like,
Yeah.
did he get injured or something? What did happen?
No, I mean he was on the bench. He needed a rest. I brought Mehmet in last game week, Brereton last game week. They needed a rest. I don't know what has happened. I brought form players in that are performing really well, but they did not do anything. So speaking of the team, I got 54 minus 8, so 45. No, hold on,
Who
47
did you
points.
get? -8.
Yeah, I got
Diaz.
Mehmeti, Brereton, and who else? Aronson, due to the FTL preparations. So,
Okay.
so Patterson got me 11 points. Burrows got me 11 points. Bogle got me 8 points. Sokin got me 4 points. Aronson was my captain. He got 3 points, which rounded up to 6 points. Brownhill got 7.
Ouch.
My forward line got 1 apiece. Mehmeti also got 1 apiece.
Why don't you have
Azaz
James?
No, I got Orange.
I
I
don't
got
have
Aronson
James.
in because I already have Piro. So that's the decision I need to make before game week 30. That I need to sell Piro and get Daniel James in, and for some and need to buy a forward for Piro. So hopefully I can do. I need to tweak my FTL plans a bit, and then see about what happens from there. So yeah, 54 minus 8. I have a game week rank of 525th. Hopefully, the last boost can propel me towards the top 300 before the last set of boosts and the last part of the season kicks in, and I get to finish inside the top 100. The goal is still the top 100. Hopefully, I can finish it there, but we'll see.
Do you guys have like some players that you have like favorite players that you've had in your team this season that you have had for a long time and that just like perform that probably people don't have, many people have?
No, I mean
No.
That's probably
honest.
because you have
only-
done.
I can only say one thing.
the reason why our ranks are
Patterson and
bad, maybe.
Burrows have been.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I can say one thing that from game week 1, 2 players have been constant in my squad, and rest of the 13 players have changed. Those 2 players are Patterson and Burrows. They were in my team from game week 1. So
Cool.
that's one of the things that I'm really proud of, because Burrows is doing really well and Patterson is ever reliable in terms of points.
To be fair, when I went on a good run, it was probably because I got Azaz in before everyone had him, and he got like
Ooh.
20
Yeah.
plus points hauls, and I got got on
Nice.
signs before others as well.
Yeah,
but that
yeah,
was
you
we're
did.
going back
I
to
remember
like
that.
we're going way back to like game week 12 type time.
Yeah, you had him captain, I think, when you like
did.
first haul he got, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I
when
mean,
Sergeant was
the
still
hat
playing.
trick that he
Yes.
scored, I think
I-
Joel only got it.
I
Only
rage.
one among
That's
us
right.
he got it.
I rage overhauled in game week 9, brought in Science, and he got 20 points, and I captained him.
Yep.
Yeah,
As a highlight.
yeah.
That's cool.
Because I just had the
I think
most
the players
disastrous,
that-
cheapest keepers in the whole wide world in game week 8.
Hold on, G for keepers. I have a decent one.
Oh, you had the Cummings 48 pointer, didn't you?
Oh wow, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
So good.
Yeah, the pen save. Ooh.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
Uh,
I think my player that I have liked most this season that have had like the longest is Cullen. I think is it Josh Cullen? For Swansea?
Cullen, yeah.
Yeah,
Defender.
I got him like in game week 19, and he's been doing like so well for me. I think he got like 3 returns in a row, then a 14 pointer. Yeah, and I have sold him now, but he was doing very well for me before like I got
Yeah, I
bio
still-
and the
still have
FPL leader and
Cullen.
stuff. So I got
Yeah.
that was like one that I got before lots of people, and it paid off. So it was nice.
Mm.
Honestly, doing this pod is already making me regret my lack of effort in the last sort of month or two. I was doing
it's almost time to
okay.
turn it around, bro.
I was in the top 200, and then I've really fallen away. Anyway,
You
shall
haven't
we?
fallen that much then.
Yeah.
Like 200 to 300.
Yeah, but how many points
Good
off
work.
the top 100 is that? It's probably quite a lot. So what?
Probably
I've got
enough.
1898, and 100th is probably at least 150 more than that. 1898, and then okay, I am about 102 points off the top 100. I guess it's possible, but it's very unlikely. But I do have a boost.
I'm 100. I have exactly 100 points behind top 1. So I have
nice.
2019 points, and Seaman Tiero has 2,219. It's close though. That's like 2,219, 10, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So it's I don't know many. Oh wow, no way!
What?
The guy meeting in the knockouts is 4th in the game.
Aha.
Oh man,
Good luck. Yeah.
this isn't good.
Right, shall we move on and look at our table predictions?
Let's go.
Are you
Dear,
sure?
let's do it. Right, here we go. I've just been looking at the leaderboard and seeing all the familiar names in like the top couple of pages, and I'm like, yeah, there's some good players out here. But anyway, enough of that. So you can see our preseason predictions here, and then the current table on the right. I mean, it's very interesting at the moment with the top 4 all being quite close: Leeds, Sheffield United, Burnley, and Sunderland. But I think the key thing to pick out first is our truly shocking Luton predictions. If Luton finish in like the bottom 4 or 5, it will go down as probably the worst prediction I've ever done in like a tables prediction thing. I predicted him top. David predicted them top. Abhishek predicted them second. Luton have not been doing very well, guys. What do we put it down
Yeah,
to?
not at all.
They
think
don't
a lot
have
of
strikers
things-
that know how to score.
Yeah.
Like, and Doughty is on the bench for some reason.
Oh, is he?
What's the deal with
Yeah.
that? Who are
I mean,
they
the
playing?
minute I think they sold Ogbene, they sold Ryan Giles, and
He's
who
coming
else
back
did
to
they sell?
Middlesbrough, is it?
Mm.
yeah, he has
No,
come back to
yes.
Middlesbrough today.
Yes.
Yeah, on loan. So they have missed. They have missed quite a. They don't have. I think who else did they do lose? So that they haven't clicked as of right. Like they had been in the Premier League, which is a shame. And I think Robert Edwards have been. Oh, he has been one of the upcoming good managers in England, but certainly this season it hasn't worked.
I'm surprised he
Hasn't
hasn't been
worked.
fired. Like teams that are like
He
mid-table
has.
are like, has he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has been
Recently, it
fired
took them a
now, but
long time to get rid of him. It took them a
Yeah,
long time,
yeah.
but
yeah,
he's gone now. Yeah,
Well, like,
yeah.
what has changed with the team? Like, they have some players that
I
I don't
mean,
know who are, but
yeah,
like,
I think
many of the players are like the same from the Premier League.
they are. What I was
mm,
putting, what I was thinking when I made that prediction was I was relying on Luton always being a well-run club, as we'd sort of seen in the last few years, and sort of punching above their weight. The fact that they hadn't lost like Adebayo and Morris and Doughty, like they still had a lot of their key players. But I find it hard to know. I mean, I know at the start of the season Adebayo missed many big chances and underperformed a lot. It could have just got into a bit of a spiral. They started quite badly and they just lost a lot of confidence and never quite recovered. But it baffles me a little bit. Yeah, I really don't. I find it hard to pin down what it is that they've struggled with
I
so
think
much.
also they had to go through that phase that when Kaminsky got, I think, a red card for directly fouling, directly
Mm.
kicking the player outside the box. So the players made some rash decisions which affected the team morale. I guess they had to chop and change quite a bit and off form. Morris was also not on form, which like he was in the championship previous seasons or in the Premier League as well.
Defensive
Open
injuries, I think, has
missing
played a
chances.
part as well, right? They've had they've struggled to have
Yeah,
their sort of first choice back 4 or 5 fit.
was for yeah. That's
Mm.
and I think what they missed is the central midfield. I think they lost Ross Barkley.
True, yeah.
They lost the experience, quite a bit of experience with Ogbene, Barkley, Giles that they have. I think John McAtee also got left. That they have. These are the little bit players that made the difference for them in the
But it's
previous
still,
seasons that they
you
missed.
can't like lose if you, even if you lose some players. This is like a total
Yeah,
collapse. If you are like
yeah. I
expecting them
think
to do so well and they're like
eh,
just don't do anything, that's like it's something more than just like individual players. It's just like a whole system has failed.
Mm.
yeah, one thing we have seen in the past as well in the especially in the championship, if you don't start well, then it may catch up with you, and that's the exact same thing that has happened to Luton. They haven't started well. I think first 6 or 7 games, they haven't had a win. I think two in the
Yeah,
first 6 or 7 games.
yeah.
That has really put their championship credentials quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
I
I
was just
think
looking at like the goals for Cotton Morris and Adebayo, and like he had some goals in October. I think that was like when he scored 4 of his 7 goals, but they were
mm,
like in they lost 2 of those 4, and then he scored like some goals in December, but they still lost.
Mm.
So like they lost some of the games, but like so it's even though they may have got some scoring form again, it's too late. Like
Mm.
so,
mm,
and the whole team is like not doing
yeah, I
it
think
well.
I think in the first 10 games they have 3 wins, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses and 2 draws. That is not championship form. And when the likes of Sunderland, Burnley, they are picking up points, you are falling behind. So if you don't start well, especially in the championship, it's going to have take a toll in your season, and that's why I think Rob Edwards should have left a little bit earlier. They have left. They've sacked him a way much before after the season that got derailed quite a bit.
Mhm.
So hopefully they can at least stay in the championship and challenge for promotion next season.
Yeah, it's
Let's.
like it's like a bit like Sunderland and Portsmouth back in the day when they like dropped
Yeah, yeah.
multiple leagues at the time.
And Wolves did it as
I
well, I
hope that
think.
Yeah,
doesn't. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Mm.
And so I hope that doesn't happen for like the guys we know that support them,
Yeah.
because it seems like when it happens, it's very brutal. Like you can drop like 2 or 3 leagues because you're like it doesn't work, and people are leaving at the even quicker pace when you go like 2 leagues, 3 leagues.
and then they're just
So it's like it's a
losing
crisis.
loads of money. Yeah. It takes a long time to recover. Like Portsmouth took a long time to recover. They're now back in the Championship for the first time since that fall.
Yeah, how long
Um,
is that ago? That's like probably 2009 or something, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. And they went all the way down to League Two, didn't they? I think so.
Yeah.
So it's been a long old road back for them. Yeah.
So just have to hope that it doesn't happen to them. Like, but it looks likely when it's like so super big difference between expectation and like reality.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let's move on from Luton and just pick up a few other things. I guess we're all sort of. We all predicted Leeds to be in and around it up at the top, so we've done all right there. Sheffield United, similarly. I think the lowest we had is I had them 5th, and you guys had them 3rd. Burnley, just one thing to mention on Burnley. I did know that they had a very good defence, like their defensive numbers were really good. But I've only really just clocked 9 goals conceded in 28 games. That is ridiculous. Why doesn't everyone have at least double Burnley defence in Gaffr? Because I know I should.
No. The reason I think is because everyone had one defender, and he was a nuisance.
Pires,
so people just forgot about every other defenders, like who has Ian Riley, or I think Roberts is back. He's playing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
It's ludicrous. I know they struggled a bit with scoring goals, which is why they're not miles clear at the top of the league, but oh my word.
Yeah,
anyway.
They get so many 0-0 games.
Yeah.
Like they have 3 0-0 games in the last 7. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So boring.
Yeah.
Then they win 5-0 against Liverpool.
They're not fun to watch. Yeah.
No.
Unless they're playing Plymouth.
But you don't have to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think from a footballing fan point of view, I think Burnley's defense is doing magical. But from a fantasy point of view, you don't get, apart from the clean sheet points, you don't get anything else. And that's why many of them have.
Even if you don't, if you have 6 points every week, it's still good.
Yeah.
But still, it gets. I mean, wing back still beats you out.
Yeah, the lack of explosiveness
I'm not expecting Burnley defenders to start ahead when you have Bogle in your side, Burrows in your side, when you have
who's the next one?
Was
it should be a third. The third should be a Burnley defender.
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
Yeah, I agree.
People have 2 Leeds defenders, Firpo and Bogle and Burrows, 3 defenders already. You are not starting a Burnley defender ahead of him.
Many people, I think, before Firpo got injured, they probably had Bogle and Firpo and just like one of the midfielders.
Yeah. So you can't start Burnley defender. But I think I have started to seeing that Connor Roberts, when he was at Swansea, he's starting to find some rhythm down there. So he might be an option in the future games. Because he's, I think, in the top scoring defenders, I think he's at least in the top 10 or top 15. So hopefully he can be an option at some point in the last half of the season.
Yeah. So
Trafford can be an option as well if he starts to continues his penalty saves.
Did people actually have him, or was it just like
ridiculous?
No one?
No, I don't think people have him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, I already have one. Imagine if I had 2 penalty saves in a Jeeper Keepers. Lovely.
Yeah. So Sunderland are a team that we've all underpredicted. I think it was unclear with their new manager how they would do this season.
I have way underpredicted them.
They are looking like they will finish in that top 4. They're in that batch of teams, obviously, sort of with that separation with everyone else. I had them 10th. Abhishek, you had them 16th. David, you also had them 10th. So we've all underestimated them there. Middlesbrough and Blackburn round out the playoff spots at the moment. Middlesbrough were there and thereabouts in terms of what we all predicted. We all had them sort of 7th, 6th. Blackburn in 6th though. They have overperformed.
Wow.
Oh no.
Another stinker for me. I had them in 21st. Abhishek had them in 18th.
Wow.
David had them in 20th. John Eustace is doing a very good job. I guess maybe we underestimated how good a manager he is. Players like Todd Cantwell as well have come in and been quite effective. So what else have we got? West Brom in 7th is again sort of there and thereabouts for many of us. Watford in 8th is another over prediction. Under prediction for all of us. I had them in 20th, which is not good. I guess
I
it
have
was
in
not
11,
so bad
so
for you
it
two.
might-
Yeah, you've got.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm speaking for myself. I had a stinker with Watford. You two are not doing as badly. David 13th, Abhishek 11th. And Watford are sort of heading backwards, so you guys might be close to sort of spot on with your predictions there. What else have we got? Bristol City having a good season.
Abhishek almost got it right.
Abhishek's
9th and 10th.
looking good in terms of that prediction. I mean, this batch of teams now are all very tightly packed, so a lot could change. But in terms of the state of play,
Yeah.
that's how it's looking. QPR solidly mid-table. They're 10th now. They were in the relegation zone not long ago. It must have been Christmas or something. Like they've been on a fantastic run, because things were looking quite bleak for them. But now, I mean, David, you've predicted them in 11th, so you're closest at the moment with them. So that's good. Sheffield Wednesday, also sort of solidly mid-table, and yeah, I mean, you two had them 15th, I had them 12th, so we're sort of there and thereabouts with that. Norwich in 12th, I had them 8th, David had them 7th, Abhishek had them 6th, so I think we've slightly over-predicted them. They have had lots of injuries, with Sargent being out for a while, which will have had an impact, and there's still time for them to climb the table. Coventry have started to climb now, after being sort of right down the bottom for a long time. They're 13th now. I had them 4th. We all have them in the playoff spots, so I think we've got that one wrong. I imagine they'll get closer. They'll probably finish top half, but I think we were over-optimistic about their chances. And Mark Robbins leaving was a controversial one. I'm not convinced, particularly as a biased Evertonian, that Frank Lampard was a great appointment. But they are on an upwards trajectory at the moment. Oxford United are now... Abhishek, you put them in 12th. Well done, because David and I have them in the relegation zone, and at the moment they went on an awful run after their strong start. They sacked Des Buckingham, brought in Gary Rowett, and they've been on a good run recently, which has sort of helped keep them in that mid-table sort of position. So good prediction from you, Abhishek, on that one, as it stands anyway. So let's see, what else have we got? Swansea, about where we put them. Preston doing Preston things of finishing mid.
No.
Hold on.
21st and first 19.
Fair. I mean,
Swansea 21st.
No, that's fair. We've
was bad for all
underestimated
of
them
us,
slightly. Yeah. But yeah, Preston doing Preston things. Millwall not doing as well as we suspected. We all had them top half. They're in 17th. Portsmouth.
Wow.
David, you've not done brilliantly there, but Abhishek and I have done all right on that one. Stoke. Abhishek's over predicted them a bit, but where did you put them, David? 12th. So did you. So yeah, they've not done great. Cardiff, I had a bad call with Cardiff. I put Cardiff in 9th for no real good reason at all. Just
Why?
Like going a bit rogue, I think, just to be a bit different. That was a very bad prediction, and they're in 20th. They're not doing so well. And then Derby in 21st at the minute. I think that's about where we all sort of put them. We're sort of spot on there. Hull, I remember saying about Hull in pre-season, I put them in 14th mostly because their range of positions was wild. They could do terribly and they could do really well, because we were waiting to see who they were going to sign, if they were going to sign anyone. Turns out they have done very poorly, and therefore
They haven't signed anyone.
I have vastly underestimated them. Abhishek, you've nailed it though. 20 seconds, spot on so far. You have nailed it there. And then Luton's, obviously we've spoken about them, and Plymouth doing badly as we thought, unless your name is David, who put them in 14th. But bad prediction, David. Put them in 14th.
I think I overestimated the impact Morgan Whittaker can have on the team.
Yeah. Any
not
final observations and thoughts here?
I think I have underestimated Preston a little bit. I put them on 20th. I think they're on 16th, but I think who's the manager now?
Well, I don't know actually. I've seen they've hired someone. I can't remember the name.
Yeah. So
just like speaking about bad things though, I was like looking through our like Canva folder and like looking for which players we picked for like who we were thinking to be the next the prize reveals.
Yeah.
But actually now I'm seeing it's not like even the right year, but Leicester, they're not even playing there. But yeah. Anyway. I think you got it wrong anyway.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely for me worse than the last 2 years in terms of. I'm doing worse at the moment. Like there's some real shockers in there, I have to say. Yeah.
I think which is kind of understandable because we are doing it in the at 2/3 of the season, so a lot of things can change in the last 1/3 of the season.
True.
A lot of teams can have anything because if you win 2 or 3 on the bounce, you are in with a chance for the playoff spots. Such is the league of championship we have seen for the past 3 years. So hopefully, by the end of the season, we will get to see a much bit more clarity on how our predictions went. But as of right
Yeah.
now, it's looking horrible, really horrible.
Yeah, things can change very quickly. All right, in this league in particular. Yeah, so I suspect the table there'll be a couple of teams that are in wildly different positions come the end. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. What I'm going to do now is it's going to be more of me talking, I'm afraid, but I'm going to just fly through the significant January signings so far as quickly as I can. So for your information, if there's any that you've missed along the way, most of these I don't really know what's happened because I've not been keeping abreast of all the news, so a lot of this will be news to me as I read them out, but let's see. So Blackburn, ins for Blackburn, they've signed Forshaw from Plymouth, Sanderson from Birmingham on loan, and then a couple of other fringe players. They've lost McFadden to Chesterfield. Baker has come to the end of his loan, and those are the only significant ones. Bristol City have signed Ephraim Yeboah, an 18-year-old forward from Doncaster. Oh no, they've recalled him from loan rather. They've recalled him from his loan there, and they've lost Atkinson, the centre back, to Portsmouth on loan. Burnley have signed a right back for £3 million from Silkeborg in Denmark. Oliver Sonner.
Yep.
They've signed Ashley Barnes back, as you do. And they've also signed John Joe Shelby. So, bringing back sort of quite dicey signings, which is going against this sort of new Burnley approach of having a younger squad. They haven't really got any significant outs there.
Those two players are definitely Burnley-esque players.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they needed.
Dicey
They were
players.
lacking experience in that department. I think, which is really good because I think if you're competing for the title, I think you need some experienced players, even though they don't.
John Joe Shelby, though.
Shelby and Ashley
Ashley
Barnes. I don't know about that. Let's keep going because otherwise it'll take a while to get through these. We'll have some reaction at the end. Any key players that you find interesting. Cardiff have signed a forward called Yusuf Salek for €4 million from a Swedish team, Sirius.
He's a really good signing.
I see. I've never heard of the guy. They have no real significant departures. Coventry have recalled Jack Burrows from his loan at Kilmarnock. They have no departures, not much going on with them. Salveson, who's in David's team, was signed from Norwegian club Viking, how do you say it? They lost James Collins to Lincoln, Sonny Bradley to Wickham. Hull have signed Nordin Amrabat from AEK Athens. Matt Crooks is back. That's interesting. From Salt Lake. Kyle Joseph from Blackpool. And Gelhardt on loan from Leeds. That's an interesting one. No significant outs, really.
Hold on. In Hull, I think speaking of Hull, they have signed a new player as well. I think Lincoln from Fenerbahce.
Oh, yes.
Today.
I missed that. Sorry, yeah. On
loan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Go
they
on.
signed him as well. I shouldn't have skipped over him. I sometimes skip over names, but that's quite a significant one, to be fair. Leeds, Gelhardt's gone out on loan, and that's it. So he's gone to Hull. Luton, they have signed Isaiah Jones from Middlesbrough, which is an interesting one. And Eric Peters has come in, very experienced centre-back. A guy called Christ Makosso, a centre-back from a Belgian club. who I've never heard of. And that's basically it for them. Departures, they've lost Joe Taylor to Huddersfield. Yeah. What else? Middlesbrough, they have not really got any ins. They've re-signed Sam Silvera, or recalled Sam Silvera from his loan, but I imagine he won't be part of the team. Obviously lost Isaiah Jones, as I just said. Oh, they've loaned Sam Silvera back out to Blackpool, presumably to get more game time. Millwall have signed Aaron Connolly from Sunderland and Tristan Kramer from Brentford B. They have lost Romain Essa, a big one, for €14.2 million to Palace. That's a big one. Norwich have signed a Czech winger from Slavia Prague called Matej Jurasek for quite a bit of money, so he's one to look at. And also a midfielder, Anis Sleman from Sheffield United. And they signed Dobbin on loan from Aston Villa. They have lost Ashley Barnes, Grant Hanley to Birmingham, Fastnacht's left. Oxford United. Signs his band, yeah, that's important. Oxford United have signed Tom Bradshaw from Millwall. That's a blast from the past from Gaffr. They've also signed a winger called Ole Romani from Utrecht. They've signed Hellick from Huddersfield. That's quite a good signing.
He scored in the first game as well.
Oh, yeah. A youngster called Alex Matos from Chelsea, under 21s. They've not really got any significant departures. Dane Scarlett's gone back to Tottenham from his loan. Plymouth have signed Michael Baidu, an attacking midfielder from Elfsborg. They've also got a left-back called Timo something or other Puchach from Holstein Kiel from the Bundesliga. He's a left back. They have lost Lewis Gibson to Preston. That's probably quite a blow for them. They've also lost Andre Gray and Adam Forshaw and Marco Morosi. Portsmouth have signed a 19-year-old centre forward called Waddingham from Brisbane Roar. That's probably irrelevant. They signed Rob Atkinson on loan from Bristol City. Hayden on loan from Newcastle. That's an interesting one. That could be a good signing. They've lost Sorensen on to Vålerenga. That's about it. Preston, as I've mentioned previously, have signed Lewis Gibson from Plymouth. They've loaned a young left-back from Brentford, and that's about it, really, for them. They've not really lost anyone significant either. QPR have signed Ronnie Edwards on loan from Southampton, a centre-back. Sheffield United have got Tom Cannon now. After being recalled by Leicester, he's gone back out to Sheffield United. And they've also got Ben Brereton Diaz back.
I think Tom Cannon is a permanent one. They have sold. Leicester have sold him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday have no activity at all. Stoke have signed Wilson Esbrand, who was formerly at Coventry. They've signed him on loan from City, and they've got Lewis Baker back. And obviously they lost Tom Cannon, as I said. Sunderland, their marquee signing is Enzo Lefebvre from Roma on loan. Huge signing potentially there.
Yep.
And they've lost Aaron Connolly. Swansea have got Cyrus Christie back, apparently. And they've signed... No, that's it for their signings. They have lost no one important. Watford have signed a centre-back from Udinese on loan, James Abanqua. They have not lost anyone significant, particularly. Daniel Jebbison. Sorry, not Daniel Jebbison. What am I on about? He's next. He's Watford. Yeah, the words are not flowing now, guys. I am talking about Watford, and then I said I wasn't talking about Watford, but I actually was talking about Watford. They've lost Daniel Jebbison. Smooth. We move on. West Brom, they've signed Isaac Price from Standard Liège, central midfielder. Yeah. And they've lost McNair, who I didn't even remember was there, and Dobbin has gone back to Aston Villa, and then he went to Norwich. So yeah, anyway, there you go. That's all the information. I'm sure that was a thrilling segment that was totally not boring. Any thoughts? Anything stand out to you guys?
Who is that Roma guy? I've never heard of him, but he's apparently very good.
I remember watching him play for Rennes, like at the start of last season when I was doing some Super League scouting. He's a central midfielder. He plays for Roma. He's presumably, I think way too good for this level. Like he is a top
Yeah, I think
flight level player, for the big
yeah,
European leagues.
I think when as Joel mentioned, I think he was a really good player in the Super League, especially when Rennes were really fighting for the title. I think, and in the Europe as well. I think a couple of seasons back.
I don't think they were
So
fighting
I
for the
think that
title, but yeah, he played
yeah,
for
I
a
think
Super
he
League
was
team
second or
in
third.
mid of that season.
Yeah, so second or third, uh, somehow.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
So
the season
that
before they
got
became into Super League. Yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
yeah. So that got him the move to Roma, and I think that did not work well. And I think he played under this current Sunderland manager while he was in other
Okay.
clubs. So
Interesting.
yeah, hopefully that connection
Oh, that's probably
helps
it then.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. He has spoken about it once the move was complete. I came for the manager only. So
Only.
whatever
Only
happens,
Sunderland are an
whatever
awful
happens.
club.
I was it's
No,
like
I, I took it too far. I think. I mean, yeah, he was one of the reasons why I signed for the clubs, and
yeah.
also I think Sunderland is fighting for the title and
Yeah.
moving on to the Premier League. So all those reasons as well. But
It's
basically, he
like
has come from for the manager.
yeah, it's like people that supported Manchester United because of Ronaldo, and when he
Yeah.
moved to Real Madrid, yeah, I'm a Real Madrid
Yeah,
supporter.
Oh, dear,
And when
just
he went
saying
to
that.
Saudi Arabia,
yes,
like,
yes,
nah,
like this. Yeah, but I have been consistent. I haven't become a Real Madrid supporter.
that's good. He came back
Yeah,
though, but he didn't do well.
Yeah.
yeah, it was bad timing for all.
Yeah.
Which was good for the
Is
first
he
two
like
months, but
is
then it
that
was bad timing.
the I can't even remember Lefay, yeah, that guy. Is he what kind of player is he? Is it like a holding midfielder or attacking is it like
No,
a
I think
Gaffr
he's
asset?
Yeah,
attacking midfielder.
I
Is it
think
Gaffr
so.
asset? Cool,
I think so.
cool. I don't think I have had a
Uh,
Sunderland player all season, so that would be fun.
I don't know if there will be an asset or not. We'll see. Maybe.
yeah,
Should
but
probably
depends on how because Miranda is now getting injured consistently. So hopefully LFA
consistently
gets.
injured. That's fun.
Yeah, I think as after the first 10 to
Oh,
12
well,
games,
7 million. Wow.
Yeah.
he hasn't been able to consistently find a way. He has now again got injured, I think. So hopefully he will become an asset sooner rather than later because Sunderland needs him if they want to have a title charge.
Yeah, he started the last two games, so we'll see. We'll see how it pans out.
Cool.
But yeah. Right. Shall we talk about Super League briefly? And get our teams up?
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool.
Right.
That's the one you want to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah. Abhishek, how are you getting on in Super League? Your team's on the screen.
I'm getting one arrow game week green rank for the past, I think, 3 or 4 weeks. Don't know why. Nothing. Everything. I mean, I I got points from all the players, just not the captaincy, and that's why I think I did not get much of a rank. And also, I think I did not play any boost, so it has also not provided me much points. So yeah, in terms of points, Somo got me 4 points. My three defenders were Alexander Arnold got me 13, Diakite got me a nice goal, 9 points. Dimarco got me 6. Four-man midfield was Salah, Oli, Rafina, and Lukman. Salah got me 6. Oli's 22, who was my vice. Rafina was my captain, got 2 points only. Lukman got 9 points. And my forward three were Thuram, Undev and Voltmade got me 9, 8, and 5 points respectively. So 19 minus 8 got a one place green arrow from 157th in the rankings to
1 place with
156.
90 points.
It's a
What?
decent score that as well
Yeah,
this week as well. You've been
How?
yeah.
That's
I mean,
mad.
I think I got 72 points. Also, a one place green arrow the game week previously. So it's been a tough one because if all the players that I currently own is owned by quite a lot of people. So that's why I think can't get a move on. And once Rafina hasn't performed as a captain, you can't get a move on now.
Right, David, how are you getting on in Super League? Your team is now on the screen.
Like to say my season in as a whole, consistently average, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many players are in this game? Like, not many, I can see. 1,300 is playing in this game, and so my rank isn't bad, but like comparatively to like top 10%, 100, I'm 162 now, but I haven't moved out of like the 150 range for like since like game week 5.
Yeah.
So like I've just moved between like 40 places all season. Like not much consistently, not much happening. Like I got how did that happen? I got a 20-point game week, and was that like the game week when we had like 5 players?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
But so I didn't drop that much. That makes sense. But yeah, I've so I'm not doing badly, but I'm not doing very well either. So it's like just hanging around, I guess. But I have some highlights sometimes. Like for example, I got Sesko last week for away day. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But other players around didn't do much. Like my best away days player, apart from Kane, was Daily Blind. You got 18 on the way days. That was crazy. And I have Turam, who's not doing well. So yeah, I have not paid much attention, enough attention, because like I don't get on the players that I need to get on early enough. So I just get on them after.
Didn't you have once Nusa as well? You got a haul.
Yeah, I have had him almost all season, and he has got some nice points.
Yeah, nice return.
So that's fun. That's like I love to have players that I know of from before, then and they do well sometimes. So that's like highlights, even though it's not that much compared to other players I could have had in their position. So, for example, if I had started Rogers instead of Nusa, I would have gotten loads more points last week. But I did have Wirtz this week because he got 19. Some people have sold him already. That didn't make sense to me. But did you do that? Or
No,
do you have
no. I did consider it, but I didn't do it. No, thankfully.
That's good. That's good. Did you have Schick as well?
No, don't have Schick.
Oh, okay. So many people got him, or I think they at least had him and just didn't sell. But yeah. So it's okay. I don't know how I can do better. Like I don't know who I should get, because there are so many players that I can choose from, but I can't seem to find out who are the good ones.
I think prioritizing the doubles should be high on their.
I have one boost left, but are there any doubles that are coming up?
I think
there's no more doubles left this set.
Yeah, because it stops in 24 and the next in 26. Right. So I just have to find a week to play. What do I even have left? I have Jeepers Keepers, Park the Bus, Underhaul, and Overhaul. So probably Jeepers Keepers, but
yeah.
I should listen to you. You said play Jeepers Keepers in the double. Don't play away dates. I did the opposite, and it didn't well.
I stand by that. Yeah.
You should.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah, dude. I like Nubel though. He's doing well for me.
Yeah.
I've had him
he says the Jeeper Keeper is a better boost, but when I captain Sommer on my triple, he says, "What? What have you done?"
And do you know that's because you know that's because that's the reason for that's obvious, right? Because you know the whole point is the +3 for the saves.
Yeah, the reason was obvious, but the moment Sommer got me the highest bunch of points from the triple. if you check my status,
Then fair
I
play to
was,
you.
my update.
Fair play.
so
Fair
yeah,
play.
you were right on your reason, but I was right on my captaincy pick.
You had the
All
outcome.
I'm
You had the
saying is
outcome. So who's the real winner?
that.
Joel, you're not in our Gaffr Super League, I mean the league in our.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
You would have been top, I guess. Coleman is in. Oh, he's in fourth. Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
been top of that mini league if you joined.
Yeah. Not too late, I guess.
No, you can still join, I guess. I
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
shouldn't have said.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
nobody
FPL
will.
Coleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you will take
Just to forget that I said anything. What's your team?
Well, I actually had quite a bad game week, but such was my strong previous game week. I had a grey arrow and stayed in second place. Yeah, I'm doing really well. I'm in second place. I'm putting a lot of focus on trying to win this game, although I am about 70 points, I think, behind top, who constantly makes quite bizarre decisions, taking -12s and -8s all the time, and yet they're paying off, and he's extending his lead. Like, we can't reel him in. Like, there's been a couple of times where the gap's reduced, and then he's pulled away again. Like, we just can't seem to reel him in. There's still plenty of time to do that, but
yeah.
but yeah.
If you remember when I finished third, me and Flair were having a battle for the top spot, and he was doing a similar sort of thing, but he hasn't been taking that -12, -16 that you're saying.
Mhm.
But he was taking these odd one transfers, and the moment I saw after deadline, he has brought him in, and that player immediately hauled for him. I mean, moment I cut the deficit by 15 points, he got those extra 15 points from that said player. So it happened. I mean, so you have to just keep in touch, and the moment he slips up, I mean, it bound to happen. This slip up will bound to happen if you are consistent enough. You will get
Yeah.
the win.
But yeah, I only got 71
Hopefully this time
-4.
around.
Yeah, I only
Yeah,
got
fingers
71.
crossed. Hopefully this time around.
I'm going to try my best. I'm trying my best to win this thing. But yeah, I got 71 -4, which is not very good. And I actually dropped at least 10 points with my transfers. I took a hit and did Lookman and DeMarco to Gallen and Rafinha, which is arguably a bit... maybe it was a bit unnecessary of a hit, considering that DeMarco and Lookman are good assets themselves. I really wanted my fave guy, Rafinha, back in, because he is in a big part of the reason why I'm up here, because I had him since game week 1, actually. Obviously sold him in the interim. I sold him sort of just before all the blanks and stuff, but I had him at the very start, and he captained him game week 3, I think it was, for 26 points when no one had him.
You have captained him for 57 points as well, when he scored the 4 goals and supplied 1 assist as well, and hogged all the bonuses as well.
Yeah,
I think you got 57. You got the captaincy point around 60 points. So yeah, he's a lucky charm.
He's been amazing, and I was desperate to get him back, but I think I was maybe a bit premature. Like, Getafe aren't even a bad defense, so yeah. But my team is Nubel in goal, Kimmich, Gallant and Timber, and then Salah captain, Rafinha, Wirtz, Rogers, and then Kane, Thuram, and then Voltemada, who's ticked along quite nicely for me, actually, when I brought him in. So one of the downsides is that I have no boosts left, and everyone around me has one left. I reached... my team got gradually more and more messy as we went into those blanks, and I started getting injuries like Saka, and I think there was another 1 or 2 injuries that I had that were unexpected, like Retegui, for example.
Timber got suspended as well, I think.
Yeah, and I just ended up getting into a bit of a mess, and I had to weigh up, like, can I gain like 30 or 40 points from an overhaul, considering I'm going to have to take like a -12 now and maybe another -12 into game week 20, and will that sort of, can that maybe counteract a potential away days or Jeepers Keepers? I was not sure if I made the right decision, because I know that those are high upside boosts, but I did overhaul, and I have worked it out. I think I've definitely gained maybe 40 points or so from that overhaul, which means that I am, if I hadn't overhauled, I wouldn't be second right now. I'd be further down, but I would have my away days left. Now, yeah, I'd love to be in a position where I could play away days this week. We will see how it pans out. I've got everything crossed that it fails for people. Although this is the thing, I played Jeepers Keepers in Game Week 20 instead of away days, and apart from FPL Flair and Fifth, everyone around me played away days. I didn't get it. Like, I have literally opted to forego away days. I'm not playing away days in this set at all, and it's such a strong boost.
What?
And I did it in favour of Jeepers Keepers.
Why?
The reason is, in a double game week, Jeepers Keepers I think is about level with away days, and it takes less prep, because the only team that had 2 away games in the double was Juventus, and that included Atalanta. I think it's Atalanta and Torino. 2 tough away games, and they didn't have any particularly good assets at the time. So,
Yep.
and therefore you're weighing up an away day is essentially in a single game week, pretty much like a single game week amount of multiplier, versus Jeepers Keepers in a double game week, and I gained over 60 points. I think it was how many was it?
I think what to further add to that
I
is
gained
that
60
within brackets.
Let me just finish off. You
need to. Yeah.
I gained 66 points from my Jeepers Keepers. I can guarantee you many people who played away days did not gain 66 points from that in Game Week 20. Granted, I got lucky because Karnazeki got like 7 saves against Juventus, that is lucky. I did do better than expected on him. But even so, even if he'd have got 15 points less, like I was baffled. I would be really scared of people playing away days now. If they'd have played Jeepers Keepers in 20 and kept their away days, I'd be pretty scared right now that they're going to fly up and I'm going to lose a lot of ground to them. But they're only playing Jeepers Keepers in a single game week, and Jeepers Keepers in a single game week can go very wrong. Just look at what happened to the Leipzig keeper, Gulaski. In the first game, he got 0 saves, 0 half clean sheets, and got 1 point. Like, that can happen in one game. So I think people have made blunders not playing Jeepers Keepers in Game Week 20, saving the away days for a single game week.
I think what you need to see is that the set of fixtures that you're playing for the state boost. I mean, as Joel mentioned, Game Week 20 was a bit iffy for away days as compared to Jeepers Keepers. If you're planning in that way, 24, if people had away days in 24 is a much better set of fixtures to play on away days. So it's dependent on that, dependent on the fixtures. And as Joel mentioned, I mean, all boosts have their own disadvantages and advantages. So basically, it comes down to the fixtures. That in terms of away days on Game Week 20, there are those set of fixtures where some teams have had a bit of a tough fixture sets, which as compared to Game Week 24, they have much an easier set.
And also,
I think
the big thing was also like the game weeks that was not the games that were away for many of the teams that didn't perform. So even if they did well in the second game, it didn't matter. And also, Joel, you could still play your captain, right? So you had captain on Kane, and you were so happy because you had like the double, like almost you got a double on like everyone else as well because they didn't have captain for the second game.
So I think it's a good.
That was massive. And verse captain.
I mean,
as well.
Joel is not saying that it's a definite away days is not real, but it's that you have to pick your set of fixtures up, whether it suits those set of fixtures, the away days. If it suits, then it's right. If it doesn't, then always play a different boost. So that's what Joel meant.
I'd be happy for. I'd understand people questioning me for playing Jeepers Keepers over away days in 20, given it was my last boost. But as a principle, if you're going to do Jeepers Keepers in a double and away days in a single, or away days in a double and Jeepers Keepers in a single, you're playing Jeepers Keepers in that double game week. Like, that is best. That is the better way around. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe people were thinking in Game Week 22, that is the away days week really in a single game week that works. But Liverpool play Ipswich at home, and therefore you're not going to be able to captain Salah. You'd probably have to only have 10 away players because you're going to start Salah in that game. That is the drawback, and that I understand. But as a general principle, Jeepers Keepers in a double, away days in a single. Yeah,
and you also, like, in your position, that was totally the right thing to do, like, because you could have went safe because you were that high up, but you didn't, and that was like, it could have not gone well, but you did, and like That's
Yeah.
so those kind of decisions are like make or break for being that high up. So that was very nice.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it all pans out. Like I said, I will probably lose some ground. Well, I will definitely lose some ground because I have not got any boosts left and everyone else does. I'm just hoping those boosts don't go particularly well. And then we'll attack the last third of the season, which will be exciting.
I have no idea when we're going to play Jeepers Keepers, as I have that left.
Yeah, I mean, just having a very brief look at the fixture. Who are your keepers, David?
The reserve goalkeeper for AC Milan and Nubel.
AC Milan and Nubel. Well, there's the Milan derby in 23, so that could be a good one.
But I don't have a starting keeper as a second keeper. I just have Nava.
Oh, I see. Well, Nubel,
but yeah, I can buy one keeper.
Nubel's away against Dortmund in 24, so maybe 24.
Yeah.
How much money can you spend?
I have 1 million in the bank. 2 free transfers.
How much is Nava?
4.
So 5 million. 5 million goalkeeper.
Could get like Gazzaniga against away to Bilbao.
No.
Yeah,
don't push him for Gazzaniga. He's a horrible keeper.
that's a good fixture. That's a good Jeepers Keepers fixture. Or the Monaco keeper away to David. I think 24 is your week because Monaco are away to PSG, so you could go for the Monaco keeper. Nubel's got a good Jeepers Keepers fixture away at Dortmund, and then Girona. Yeah, you could go for Gazzaniga. And Atletico Madrid, if you had the money to go to Oblak, Atletico Madrid are against Real Madrid. So that could be your week. I think that's what a lot of people will do, actually. A lot of people will play Jeepers Keepers in that week. Yeah, and then we've got blank game week 24 for the Prem teams except Liverpool. Liverpool do play because of the rearranged Goodison derby. And then there's a double game week for Premier League in 26, and then another blank game week for Premier League in 27. So that's the imminent blanks and doubles. So yeah. Abhishek, did you want to say something then?
Yeah, no, I think the goalkeepers that you mentioned, the teams, those are the teams to target. I think I don't know, Gazzaniga is a better option for Jeeper keepers, but they're facing Athletic Club, who are decent in attack, so he might get some save points.
That's the point
in the end. So yeah, I think those are the 4
I
teams
like
are your option.
Real versus PSG should be lots of shots. So that could be good actually.
Yeah, you already have Nubel, so that's one of the Jeeper keepers because PSG will have. I think they signed Kvaratskhelia as well, so yeah, you will get some save.
Yeah, probably. It's like always the like discussion if you're like buying a keeper against a good team. Will they just score all their shots and you get no saves, or will they have lots of shots and they get lots of saves? So
that's the lottery of
Yeah,
Jeepers
the
Keepers.
beauty of
the
the beauty of Jeeper keepers is that the how many saves like Joel got from Carnegie, 7 save points. That made bloody difference from where he is right now to where he would have been if he hadn't played Jeeper keepers.
I bet the guy on the top. I bet the guy in top gets a penalty save. All those Jeepers Keepers. I'm calling it now.
Probably.
He's had a crazy season already, so
takes a hit for a goalkeeper, and then I don't want that one. I'm buying a new one. Takes another hit, and he gets 3 penalty saves.
Oh yeah, I got another reason why I got really lucky on my Jeepers Keepers. Not only did I get lucky with Karnazeki, I got spooked. I had Golaski in my team, and I got spooked by some quotes about him that suggested he might not be nailed, and is it Van der Voort or something like might come in, and I wasn't I was like, if he's going to miss one of these 2 games,
Van der Voort
or whatever their other goalkeeper's called.
Harry Potter reference.
No,
Right, that was it. I'm not getting mad, am I? Wait. Yeah, Van der Voort. I was right. He's called Van der Voort.
Nice.
Yeah, but like I was really spooked and thought there was just a chance that Gulaxi, not Gulaski, that he might get benched one of those games. So I took a hit to bring in Nubel instead. And the hit actually paid off. Nubel scored 11 more points than 12 more points than Gulaxi on Jeepers Keepers, and that was luck, not judgment. That was like basically my reasoning was I'd rather take -4 points to guarantee 2 games than like have a 30% chance of only getting 1 game.
Sure. Yeah.
So like that was the reasoning was sound. The outcome was lucky. I was slightly worried about the outcome, but it went well.
Yeah. Nice.
But it just goes to show, to get to these high ranks, yes, you do need to play it well, but you do need luck as well. And I've had my fair share of good luck, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't understand how that guy's in first, but he knows something we don't, at least.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, the moves that he makes, it's ridiculously, it's paying off. I mean, the more moves he makes, the more he does those moves pays off. It really pisses us off.
Yeah. -8
how
this
No,
week.
I'm just impressed.
-8 this week.
Yeah.
-12 the week before. -12 the week before. No hit. -12.
Yeah,
-8. -4.
yeah, he's living the life.
-12. -8. I'll stop there. So many hits. And it's worked. Right. Anything else you guys want to speak about on Super League before we wrap this thing up?
No, I think it's been fun. A lot of different options have come out this season in Super League, like Sorophenia, Olis, lots of options. Unlike
It's been fun.
our previous years where template formed pretty early, and yeah, it has been. So it's been really nice to see different people coming up, different options coming up, and different budget options also coming up. So because likes of Voltimate, Unda, these are 6 million players that are playing really well, like so Rogers, who is also really doing well and providing us points. Ben Seguir is also an example. Under
Ben Seguir is one of the guys. The guy on top got loads of points from. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, yeah, he has been. So these are the guys. So hopefully it's been a fun. Hopefully they may continue Super League next season as well, and hopefully we get new players as well. And love to. I'm looking forward to see how Kavicha does in the Super League.
He hasn't been in the
he's
Super League for a long time. He was for Napoli last time, wasn't he?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, so love
That's
to
it.
see him at some point in
I think-
the next few.
I think the
weeks.
thing I like most about the Super League is like, I think all the fancy games I play are very templatey, and Super League is not, because you have so many teams and like so many
Options.
varies. Then you have to like balance how many players you have. So you don't have to get old template players because you can't. So you just have to go for something else.
It's difficult.
Yeah,
You have to make tough choices.
it's difficult,
all
but
the time.
when it pays off, it's very like rewarding, because you have to pick some very out there players, and especially like you've done like players that you don't even know who are, but they are doing well. So just you get them and you get new favorite players. Like it's super fun.
And you can hit some crazy,
no-
crazy hauls, can't you? There were some crazy ones on like triple last season that people got. I seem to remember.
Yeah, like so it's fun because I wouldn't. I don't think if I've even played like League One or German fancy, I don't even know if there is a League One fancy. I certainly don't play it, but like you can get some players from those leagues you wouldn't probably even follow. So I think it's very fun, even though I'm not doing very well. But it's fun to have a user and just like make some moves. And it's also fun to do well as Joel does.
Yes. Yes, doing well is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes you pay attention.
Yeah. Well, that's basically us done then for now. It's been an absolute pleasure to pod with you guys, and hopefully we'll be back at some point. But we hope you all enjoy the rest of your seasons and keep listening to the EFL Fantasy Pod guys and all the stuff that they're doing. Keep chatting away in the group chats and everything. Any final words?
Yeah, I think we will provide the updates about whatever happening regarding championship, double game weeks and postpones and prepone fixtures, rearrangements and postponements. We will update it from our Twitter accounts, and the Thursday Night Wars update will be there in.
That's still going.
Yeah.
Well, even when you're not playing, that's
have-
still going. That's good.
Yeah.
I think
how are we doing again?
Bad.
we're doing
Third?
really bad.
Are we last?
Yeah,
Oh
we're
no,
doing.
no. We
There's no
I think we've
chance
burned
we are
so
gonna.
many transfers.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, there's no
yeah,
chance we're gonna at least come second this time around. It's between Men Pod and the AFL guys. So the updates will be there. Don't know about our pod team whether
it's more for
they
them
will-
than for us.
yeah. So yeah,
If
all the
they even pay
updates will be
attention
there.
anymore, I don't know.
Yeah, Twitter background, Twitter, and we will be in Twitter. You will get the updates about how our seasons are doing. So yeah,
Great.
hopefully we get to see you in the new season with some new plans.
We shall see. We shall see.
Mhm.
Great. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching and listening. If you've only watched us this season, or if you've been with us since the start, thank you very much. It's always nice to see the views that the videos have got and stuff. It's it's obviously helps to know that people are engaging with the content and stuff. So yeah, thank you for those of you who have engaged with us over the last few years. So yeah, all that is to be said is goodbye and maybe see you next time. It's goodbye from me.
Ha det bra. Snakkes kanskje.
Namaste from me.